DEEZ Shock Bands right here. These right here are 96 millimeters. The orange one, they're elastic. You guys know I like my DSM stuff to act like a limiter, but not affect articulation and all that. So we have these right here. We're gonna get these put on the Capra and take it for a drive. Guys, let's get to the table. The setup is pretty neat. It's got hot racing limit strap ends with an elastic band. So these should get the job done where all those are by DSM. And these, they bolt on here and they bolt on here. So you may need some spacers if that's the way you go. Now you can use these on the axle and, you know, not have this, you know, like to the chassis and stuff like that. But I'm gonna see if I can get these right over the shocks. I've got one of them installed and I use these spacers right here. This for the top and this for the bottom, the way this is set up. Now, if you turn really sharp, the tire could actually get into contact with this, especially if it's already hitting your springs. So this can actually go to the frame where it can go just about anywhere you want, you know, to make that clearance back. But we're gonna try it like this. Before I put the other one on, you can actually see the pull that it's putting on the chassis. This should be pretty darn good. This is the setup right here. Obviously we got some spring pressure pushing and some tension pulling, but you guys can pretty much see the setup. And yes, you will need longer bolts if you're just gonna simply make this happen. I'm using this bolt kit I got off of Amazon right here, and we're using the 30 millimeter bolts. I gotta say, these are looking pretty darn good here. I like that. On the rear, I did it a little bit differently. I just used one, and obviously I have a rear upper link riser, but that right there, I still have full drop. I'm trying to get on this by hand. I still have full droop, but there's absolutely no limitation on articulation on the back. The front is quite a bit more controlled. So this thing is pretty much ready to go at this point. We're gonna bolt the tires on, power it up, and get it outside. Let's go. Here we go. Now the first thing I'm looking for is that the front is not completely all the way extended out on a climb. Let's see here. So no, it did not completely expand all the way out. Looks like I could use a slightly softer spring to get this to activate a little bit better. But it did not completely expand. Looks like they're going to work, articulate, flex out just fine. See what we got. All up into the belly. Got it. In a down situation, let's see how that back is going to work out. Let me see here. Yep, that's getting it. Again, I think I can use some softer springs on this. The alternative to a softer spring, which, you know, it's nice to have different springs around, is that you could get these straps a little bit shorter and thus make them a little bit stiffer. And once you get that, it'll almost be like the same thing. I wanted to see how the articulation is in the back. Looks pretty good. Yep. So in that particular spot, it does not affect the articulation at all. That's kind of why I was after that. Front looks like it's working pretty good. Getting the job done. See if I can get this turn right here, which is always kind of a pain. Let's see here. I hope this old Axe 2200 never, or 2300 never dies. The new one is a little bit too long, the new Fusion. There we go. Oh, wow, nice one. And no good test goes without the crack-a-doom. See how this works. Yeah, I think I'm gonna see if I can get some softer springs for it. At that point, considering the way these work, and the skin on the Capra is known for that, they love to just get on top of that and just bounce right on down. But anyway, let's see what we got here. It's looking good. Looking good. The spring is off the perch at the bottom. Let's see what we got going here. Pull down and got it. I may have some springs. I mean, geez, I've got so many springs around. Nice. Let's see what we can do here. This is one of those climbs that can eat your lunch or walk across like, well, like it's not even there. I'll try to do some dig here. All right, like it wasn't even there. See what we got over here. Nice, nice, not so nice. See what we got. Oh wow, look at that climb. That was a good climb, guys. I love where this is going. This is kind of taking, do you guys remember that old video, tuning with rubber bands? Old video now, where I started messing around with rubber bands to do the same thing. So this is on a much higher level. Absolutely awesome to see this product come around. So yeah, to make this work, you got to understand you have a tension. So as you're trying to pull the shock in, and you have the shock where the spring is trying to push out. So you also have the weight of the axle housing, the weight of the chassis. You have all that stuff to play in here. So you've got to get this tuned. I'm thinking all I need are softer springs. Okay, I think softer springs would get me right where I need to be. With softer springs, I can actually adjust the collars down a little bit to get that suspension in between the range, but not so much that it allows it to just pull all the way out. Now, even with the stock springs, it didn't pull all the way out, but it got kind of close. So, but I think this is going to work out great. Got to do a little more tuning on it. So, DEEZ Shock Bands right here. Make sure you guys check them out. I'll link them down below along with the Capra and everything else. They are affiliate links. Make sure you use them. Amen, eBay, Amazon, and Horizon. So, guys, I'm going to end it right here. Click that description. Click that subscribe, smack the subscribe, ring that bell, and thank you all for watching.
If you're still watching, you are top shelf. You are the cream of the crop, the pick of the litter. You are phenomenal. Thank you for watching to the end of the video. It means a lot to me. Now, down below, there are links for the products you see, also for channel memberships. If you guys want to be a part, channel members get early viewing on pretty much everything that I can. So, guys, check that description. There's a lot of info down there. Thank you all for watching.